in order for us to protect ourselves from different threats. Now, it's not just the cyber realm. Actually, it also includes yung mga natawag nating social engineers. Yan.
Right.
Kasi
Yeah.
nakakatakot na talaga ngayon ng nakakatakot na talaga ang impact ng cybersecurity lalo na ngayon. Wherein kaya mo ngang maging hacker just using AI eh. Ganun na siya ka-dangerous.
I see. Thank you so much for all the viewers who are waiting for this special episode that we have. Again, my name is Florence Sangrenas from EduTech Insider. And now we are very lucky because we have a very special guest. And he is an innovation lab leader with 23 years in experience in IT industry, demonstrated success in directing business transformation for organization having complex and integrated environments through strong best practices and work experience in all aspects of technology and management. And ITIL, cloud virtualization compliance, business continuity, and risk management. He is also an expert of that. He worked with companies including IBM Global Process Services, Jacobs Philippines, RCBC Realty, Wonders Corporation, and of course, some governments agencies. He is highly experienced with IT governance, experience in enterprise architecture, cybersecurity, readiness, finance management, facilities, and physical security management. Wow, very, very special guest for today, for tonight. Let us all welcome Engineer
Mhm.
Eduardo Justo. Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh. Yeah, thank you for inviting me for this special session. Actually, I'm very grateful that I can share this one. Hopefully this is something that a lot of student would learn about yung the reality of being engaged in the industry related to our course, computer engineering, computer science, BSIT. So actually this is very interesting subject na they would like absorb kasi this is our direction eh. And our main goal is to make our students be yung to have an idea what they're going to face once they graduate. So yon, that's really my goal,
Wow.
and been doing this in schools na. Mm-mm.
Ah, that's great. So you're so busy. By the way, sa mga audience, no, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, si Sir Eduardo Justo is my classmate. And of course, a friend as well. So, classmate ko siya sa graduate
uh,
school sa computer engineering. And, when we are exchanging ideas, I learn a lot from him. And probably, I believe also my classmates learn a lot from him when it comes to his expertise, cybersecurity. Kaya, sa mga mahihilig mag-cybersecurity ngayong nanonood ngayon, better to stay tuned because this is very fruitful conversation. All right, sir. Aside from you are trying to go to different schools,
yeah.
yeah.
Aside from that, kasi I just recently rin ako, nag-speaker ako with National University, and then later on, I'll be doing the same thing with another university in Bulacan.
Mm.
The school where, if you know Mark Guerrero, no?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, I'll be
Mm.
doing the same thing dun sa school niya,
Galing.
na where he is also a professor. So,
Mm.
aside from that, um, I'm trying to master yung zero trust. So it's
Oh.
hard actually, it's very hard. So but this is something that I'm preparing so that I can share it with the government
Mm-hmm.
kasi dito na tayo papunta. Later on I'll discuss more detailed about zero trust.
Mm-hmm. Sir,
Mm.
para sa mga hindi ganun ka alam sa cybersecurity, no? Can you tell us first, what is this cybersecurity in a very simple way?
Yeah, okay. Cybersecurity is actually ano a mindset uh in order for us to protect ourselves from different threats. Now, it's not just the cyber realm. Actually, it also includes yung mga natawag nating social engineers. Yan. Kasi there are a lot of ano na mas marami sila eh. So cybersecurity, it's not just the cyber realm, yung mga firewall ganun, hindi. It's it's almost everything. Actually, even I believe we will both agree that even at the age of 9 years old, kailangan medyo inuuntudusan natin yung mga bata sa cybersecurity so that they would know how to protect themselves, identify how if there's a mga exploitations na ginagawa sa kanila. Kasi that happened a lot during the pandemic.
Mm,
Actually kaya I picked that one to be one of my research
mm,
under Doc June. Kasi I really believe that it is something na that would be helpful. Kumbaga, if I would start something to to protect, I would start from the children.
okay.
And it also yung parang inagaano rin tayo, nag-i-introduce din tayo na not just protecting themselves but also for them to learn para hindi din sila maging kumbaga so that we can produce better citizens. 'Yon.
All right.
Kasi
Yeah.
nakakatakot na talaga ngayon ng nakakatakot na talaga ang impact ng cybersecurity lalo na ngayon. Wherein kaya mo ngang maging hacker just using AI eh. Ganun na siya
Oh,
ka-dangerous.
I see.
Mm.
And hindi, walang pinipiling edad to, no? As long as you use
Yes,
AI,
wala na.
oh, 10 years old could do that.
Yes. And wala tayong batas syempre, hindi mo naman pwede kulong yung 10 years old.
Minor, yes,
Di
correct.
ba? It's a minor.
Mm-mm.
Kaya,
So,
kaya talagang naging ko to, advocacy ko siya.
nakita ko yung puso niyo, sir, when it comes to this, no? So, siguro, you can see yung difference o yung changes ng cybersecurity noon and cybersecurity ngayon. So, what do you
Yes, yes. Ang
changes
layo.
meron?
The landscape has dramatically changed, especially during the pandemic.
Hmm.
Nung nauso yung work from home and yung ating, ano ba yung sa mga bata, naging online. Online
Sa
lahat yung
classes.
education. Kasi once they use internet, syempre, ano yan, sa bahay natin, hindi naman tayo pwede mag-install ng firewall na enterprise firewall sa bahay natin, di ba?
Correct.
Syempre, they will be exposed to threats.
Mm-mm.
And
Mm.
nakita ko yon just sa mga games lang yung roadblocks, may mga diyan, may mga tinatawag na yung predators,
Okay.
exploiters. Hindi
Mm-mm.
natin maiwasan, may mga cyberbullying pang nangyayari diyan. So, it's very important na makita natin yung change ng landscape. So from in this naman dun sa organizational setup naman from a let me share my screen para mas
Sige, sir.
ano siya. Yan. Yan. So from an organizational standpoint, ang nakita natin dito yung yan, yung yung work from home setup na yan. So nag-struggle lang ang maraming organizations diyan eh. So, ang nangyari, yung ating approach from here, like this one, no? Yung approach natin na traditional, wherein we're using what we call outside-in approach or the castle and moat security strategy. Ito yung kung saan anything that's outside the firewall is untrusted and anything that's inside the firewall will be trusted. So
Okay.
that's yun yung traditional.
Mm.
And it has been the strategy ever since the introduction of information security. Information security pa nung time na yon.
Mm-mm.
But nung nag-pandemic, although zero trust is already being looked into around 2012, it is not, there's no way to implement it.
Okay.
Kaso because of the pandemic nga, the work from home structure, a lot of employees need to work from home. So
Mm-mm.
diyan pumasok yung VPN to connect to the office network, yan. And then later on, nakita yung weakness nung approach na yon using the traditional approach for work from home. So, inintroduce ngayon yung tinatawag nating inside out approach, wherein both inside and outside of the network, the traditional network that we have, all of those are being considered as untrusted by
Okay.
default.
Mm-mm.
So, yun yung naging start ng zero trust. So, because of that, nakita yung way to secure the network in a much more reliable way, wherein um sa ano kasi sa traditional, we use role-based approach or
Okay.
role-based security. While on zero trust, we're doing attribute based. Ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng hindi pa pwedeng yung ano ka lang, yung kung sino lang yung mag-access, naka-define siya sa network, makaka-access siya. Ngayon
Ah,
hindi. Aside from you, yourself, your laptop as well, your location, ganun na siya
so,
ka-granular yung
kailangan
pagbibigay sa iyo
mag-match.
ng access. So
Mm.
kunwari, yes, tumpak. Kailangan mag-match lahat ng attribute. Any one of the attribute that was assigned pero hindi nag-match will not be given access.
Oh, I see.
Ganun na siya ka-granular ngayon. So, because of that, parang na-strengthen natin ngayon yung security. So, let's call ano to, cybersecurity version 2.0. So, ganun
Mm.
na siya, nag-iba talaga siya. Ngayon, ang ano naman niya, ang paano tayo makarating dun sa cybersecurity version 2.0, we still need to go to cybersecurity version 1.0.
Okay.
Ganun siya. Dadaan pa rin tayo doon. We cannot jump.
Mm.
Dadaan pa rin tayo doon. Pero of course, there are uh, uh, strategies to do. Kasi pag ano kapag sa organization ka, hindi naman po pwede na ay hanggang dito na lang tayo sa cybersecurity version 1. Hindi pwedeng ganon. Kailangan you need to plan on how to go from A to B.
Okay.
Ganon. Kaya ngayon, um, the best cybersecurity professionals can plan that one. Sabihin natin, kunwari, let's say an organization doesn't have any cybersecurity at all. So,
Mm.
okay, dito muna tayo. But in the next year, we need to move from here to there. Dapat ganun na. If you will not think that way, um you're putting your organization in a not very good situation.
Okay.
Kasi ano everything is changing na. Let's say nagkaroon na naman ng panibagong pandemic, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
And you are not ready. Chances are, uh, your organization might be hit by a let's say an attacker. Ganon. Kasi VPN kasi, uh, it's easy to it's easy to, what do you call this? It's easy to hack kasi nga it's username password role based application. Unlike zero trust, which there's a lot of attributes to consider before you gain access.
Okay.
So ganun talaga siya nag-change.
Mm-mm.
Yun yung
So,
ano niya, yun yung kanyang transformation.
so since there are changes when it comes to cybersecurity, and I believe as well, you mentioned earlier, no, na because of AI, sobrang dali na umatake ng mga hackers ngayon.
Mm.
And in fact, I believe they are also creating their own tools to really attack in an easy way yung mga systems, especially system ng government. So, is our government
Mm.
ready for that
That's true.
scenario na sobrang magaganda at in fact hindi
Ah,
maganda, no, sobrang ano na, ang hihirap ng i-detect yung mga tools ng mga hackers na yan.
yes, actually. If you're go that's a very good question actually kasi that's the weakness of cybersecurity version 1.0 or the traditional method. It
Mhm.
really can't detect uh something malicious if it's already inside the network.
Okay.
Yun yung problem talaga. Unlike those unlike na naka zero trust ka, there are what we call AI powered firewalls na
Mm.
kayang mag-scan ng network. Kaya nila ma-detect yung if there's something malicious. They can even predict yung zero day attacks, which is
Okay.
almost all cybersecurity people yun ang all. Tulad ng Arista. Arista is a network product wherein it can also detect yung mga tinatawag nating network worms. Yung network worms kasi nandyan lang yan sa network, tabi ano lang yan, nagtatago lang yan. Pag
Mm.
yan ay nagpropagate it with kaya niyang ma-detect. So meron na tayong mga ganung klaseng equipment, and then we also have for devices, we have Enable. Enable is another tool. I just learned it recently. Napakaganda. It's Zero Trust 2.0 approved,
Mm.
and as well yung SailPoint, which is used for identity and access management. So technically, talagang yung yung presence ng mga products na yon, if it's in a network, there's a higher assurance na your network is protected. Para kasing ganito yan eh. If you're using the traditional method of cybersecurity, you are 99% protected. But if
Okay.
you are using the zero trust approach, you are 99.99% protected. And that
Mm.
0.99 is a very big number yan, especially with the C levels, the CEOs, the CIOs. Yan yung gusto nilang makita eh.
Okay.
Kasi ano yan, it's a no-no na ma-attack ka. Let's say ma-ransomware ka, that's a big problem. And yung data ngayon, 'di ba? Iba na yung iba na yung level ng ngayon ng utak ng mga hackers. If they got the data, they would sell it, and we all know data is the new oil.
That's true. That's true.
Mm.
Yeah. So is the government ready for this kind of scenario? Kasi since attackers are now implementing AI-based attacks or tools na meron sila, is the government also applying the same technique na they're also integrating
Mm.
on cybersecurity?
Right now, I
Mm-hmm.
think I think they're not yet ready for that
Oh,
one.
so,
Oh, kasi if ever they're using any protection right now, they might be using the traditional approach. Kasi kailan lang pumutok tong si Zero Trust?
oo,
Pumutok siya nung nagkaroon na ng mga high level attacks, yung mga ng mga hindi na nila ma-detect.
okay.
So that brings alarms to the government. Tsaka lang nila na-realize, okay, I think we need to move to a different approach.
Is there
Yun ang
any,
yun ang tingin ko.
oo, pero may ginagawa ba sila ngayon? Kasi based on that scenario, na kung late late ang ating government to find out na may mga ganitong klaseng attacks and techniques, bagong techniques ng mga attackers, meron ba silang steps na ginagawa ngayon to somehow kahit paano maka-cope up? Kasi we don't know, no?
Mm.
The last time, nag-down lahat ng .edu. So we don't know if that's part of an attack, pero
That's just one.
di
Ang
ba?
dami pa.
Isa lang yun, right? So is the government doing something just to at least kahit pa paano maka-cope up man lang sa ganitong klaseng changes?
um, if the government, for example, specific agencies have IT people,
Mm.
they need to start training those people in zero trust.
Okay.
Yan. Kasi once they have the idea na ganito pala yung approach sa zero trust, dapat pala ganito yung way of thinking natin. Maybe that will be the time na makita nila yung value of how paano na natin ngayon ano na yung bagong way to protect the network. Tsaka lang nila makikita yung value nun. Pero yun nga kasi, ang problem natin, kukunti pa yung nakakaalam ng zero trust, especially the tools that are being used under the zero trust umbrella. Kukunti pa lang. And even, ano nga, kasi
Mm-mm.
they keep on moving. Tayo
Correct.
naman, ano tayo, steady lang tayo. We're not moving yet.
Mm-mm.
Pero nasa nakikita ko yung mga kahit yung mga organizations na nandito sa Pilipinas ngayon na naghahanap ng people who has knowledge in zero trust, hirap na hirap pa rin sila. So what more for the government, di ba? Yun yung
That's true.
kasi what more sa government? Kaya ako when I was with the National University last week, talagang nakita ko yung passion nila sa cybersecurity. Actually, sa course nila, they already introduce information security, which is a good baseline. Mm.
You
And
mentioned
yan nga yung isang tinitignan ko rin na parang sige sir.
you mentioned na uh,
Yes. Yes sir.
naging part ng curriculum ng ibang schools, especially National University. Is that correct? Yan ba yan?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Meron
O-
silang information security.
Okay, information security. So, do you think dapat na
Mm.
maging national base na ma-implement din yan? Kasi tingin ko it's a problem of the entire nation.
Mm. Actually, naalala mo noon when we're discussing yung 'di ba, yung
Yes.
curriculum.
Yeah, correct.
I was actually surprised na 4 years na lang pala yung computer engineering. Bakit hindi pasok yung cybersecurity and make it 5 years?
Mm-mm.
Kasi kasi yun na yung nakikita ko. There's no other way but to introduce cybersecurity to the educational system. Kasi um ang hirap mag-adapt pag nandun ka na sa industry tapos doon mo pa lang aaralin.
Correct. Mm-mm.
Napakahirap. Unlike na kasi ganito ang nangyayari ngayon, sad to say no, it's like a band-aid solution na just for s- just for school to learn cybersecurity, kukuha sila ng mga speakers ganito ganyan, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
But what if we do it, we add it to the curriculum and we look for speakers that can provide talks about advanced cybersecurity. In
Okay.
that way, mas magiging updated sila, 'di ba? Kasi it's really hard. It's really hard na na zero background ka tapos pagdating doon aaralin mo pa lang,
Correct.
'di ba?
Correct.
Kasi nangyari sa akin 'yan eh. Nangyari sa akin 'yan. When I got involved in information security way 2012, nangyari sa akin 'yan. It's just so happen na syempre I need to study that because when that happened, I was actually hired as a assistant IT manager.
Mm-mm.
So, ang isa sa mga task ko is to provide information security awareness training to those employees that will be on board, that will be get on board. So, kailangan ko mag-adapt. And then later on, 2015 hanggang ngayon, na na gamay ko na because of experience.
Yeah.
Pero sa simula, it's really hard. Oh, it's really hard.
Uh,
Nagsabi pa nga ako sa boss ko noon na, Sir, I think I need a training on this one pero hindi niya ako hindi niya na-approve. Sabi niya hindi kaya mong aralin mag-isa 'yan.
oh. So parang
Mm.
parang mas marami ngayon na mga Pilipino. I don't know if it's only for Filipinos, but probably even other countries, no? Na they are just ignoring the risk of this new technology ng mga attackers, no? Parang feeling nila, well,
Yes.
it won't happen. It won't happen on us. Parang ganon.
Mm. Mm. Kaya kung ito nga recently lang around 300,000 ano yata, 3,000 300,000 security analysts is
Mm.
being kulang sa Australia. Ang taas ng actually nagche-check ako sa nagche-check ako sa JobStreet. Ang taas ng demand for cybersecurity people. Kaya I think if ma-introduce yung cybersecurity sa curriculum ng mga estudyante, it would be easier for them to get hired by those companies.
I see.
Di
Right.
ba?
Mm.
Instead of ending up dun sa mga lesser position, if we equip them, then they will be magiging sila, magiging qualified sila for those position.
Mm-mm. Mm.
Mm.
How about this, sir? I one time I talked to one of my colleagues, and he told me na TESDA is actually thinking of putting certification for cybersecurity. So probably kapag TESDA, pag-uusapan natin dyan, mga senior high, then mga
Mm.
college students who wanted to somehow have certification din ng TESDA. So, do you believe na tama rin na lagyan din ang TESDA ng ganitong klaseng program, certification for cybersecurity?
Ah, actually, one of the programs of TESDA with AMA Computer College,
Mhm.
dapat kasama ako doon.
Okay.
Nag-conflict lang doon sa schedule natin sa masteral. Ang
Mm.
ginawa ng TESDA, they hired a cybersecurity expert. Ang expertise niya is more on threat analysis.
Okay.
Kasi yan yung hinahanap ngayon ng mga ng mga SOC ng
Mm.
mga yung mga in demand sa job set ngayon is threat analysis, yung mga cybersecurity analysts. Nag-hire sila nung specific na professor na yon. And then they finished batch 1. Dapat batch 1 ako eh. Kaso nagpa-move ako ng batch 2 kasi nga because of the conflict dun sa schedule natin.
Mm.
Pero ang ganda ng program nila. Kasi more of ang mga karamihan sa mga nag-join is mga may knowledge na sa threat hunting. Kaya siguro it would help. It would help. Uh, but again siguro it much better kung there would be a lot of equipped people in TESDA. Kasi yun nga uh, we're not only talking about protecting a specific organization or a specific department of our government.
Mm.
We're looking at it at a big scale. We need to protect the whole Philippines
Correct.
from LGU to every government agency.
Mm.
So, kailangan talaga ng maraming tao. And yung mindset, yan talaga yung kailangan nating kailangan iset sa kanila. Kasi if they're thinking na I need to be part of the cybersecurity team to protect my country, then that would be a much better approach para makatulong sa government. Kasi yun nga, tulad na tanong mo kanina, talagang mahihirapan talaga sila ngayon. Kasi there's a lack of capability right now. Sobra.
Oo.
Yun ang nakikita ko.
And somehow AFP and PNP are also hiring or looking for people who have knowledge sa cybersecurity, right? To be part of
Yes.
their groups, no? So,
Mm.
do you think na dapat sa mga PN mga criminology dapat included na rin ito, cybersecurity?
Actually, there's a lot of people from the mga nag-graduate ng criminology. Nagkakaroon sila ng shifting. So after studying criminology, nag-aaral sila ng anything IT related.
Okay.
Oh, nangyari 'yan. Kasi nakikita ko 'yan sa Nakikita ko yan sa environment natin ngayon. A lot of them are very interested pagdating sa mga ganung bagay. Yun nga lang talaga kasi, ang problema, isa talaga malaki problema natin, sino yung magtuturo?
Mm.
Yun talaga. Um, ang isa namang mahirap din sa ano sa kasi if ano, there's a lot of good meron din tayong mga capable individuals na talagang guaranteed cybersecurity experts din.
Okay.
Pero the chances of them working for the government naman is so little kasi nga isa sa mga requirement ng government is civil service.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of these people is no longer interested in taking civil service.
Okay.
Kasi nga mahirap na nga ng cybersecurity, magsi-civil service ka pa.
Ah,
So yun ang isa sa nagiging challenge na nakikita ko. Meron akong i-share kasi yan. Na-discover ko to is to show paano ba dapat yung maging strategy ng government natin ngayon. So if you'll remember kasi ako I would I love sharing things in a general manner kasi that's one of the skills ng cybersecurity na kailangan nilang i-present eh. Kasi napakahirap i-present ng ay isang let's say you're presenting to the CEO. Paano mo explain yung cybersecurity
mm.
without using the cybersecurity jargons? Yan.
Yeah.
Isa yan. Um, I think this is something that the government should look into. Ito For example I'm sure you're driving a vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nagda-drive ka, di ba? If you saw the traffic light na nag-yellow, what is your reaction? Chances
Dati,
are that you'd slow down, di ba?
yeah,
Kasi,
ngayon
yeah,
slow down.
ganon. Ganon siya. Oo. Ano na ngayon? Speed up, di ba? Tama ba ako? Ganyan na ngayon ang approach. Nagbago. Di ba?
Mm.
Nakita mo yung change niya? Pag nakita mo yung traffic light, going from green to red, going from green to yellow, the tendency before was to slow down. Kasi
Right.
maya-maya red na yan.
Mm.
Pero ngayon, we need to speed up bago mag-red. Ganon yung change.
Okay.
Oo, ganun yung change niya. So in this approach, sa nakikita ko, and I've seen this sa ibang country as well, they remove the yellow light. They remove that.
Oh,
So ang ginawa nila ngayon, pinalitan nila ng counter. Which is meron naman dito sa atin ngayon actually. Pero ang napansin ko, meron pa rin yellow light sa atin
marami. Halos lahat pa.
Di ba?
Mm.
So what they doing right now is that they remove the yellow light and they turned it to a counter. So that yung mga driver, they would show how much time is left for them. So they would decide if they're going to speed up or slow down. So ganun yung gusto kong makitang approach sa government ngayon. They need to adapt to that type of change. Kung ganito dati, iba na ngayon. Kasi ang kalaban natin ngayon, isa sa mga kalaban ni part ng cybersecurity is behavior.
Correct. Correct.
We need to analyze the behavior of our countrymen. Yan yun. So, this is something that I think the government should look into. Paano nila i-change yung paano nila i-change yung the way they govern so that it would benefit um the Filipino people, especially in cybersecurity. 'Di ba? O ato lang for example, yung DeepSeek,
Yes.
'di ba? Yung DeepSeek, nung minsan sa opisina ko, tuwa yung sabi ba naman sa akin sa office, Sir, walang sinabi yung ChatGPT kay DeepSeek.
Yun
Sabi ganun, sabi ko sa kanya, gagamitin yan, made in China yan. What
na.
if it's capturing your data? Sabi, hindi naman siguro, sir, ganito ganyan. And then parang last week, si David Bombal,
Mm.
he released a video showing that DeepSeek can lie. Tinanong niya si DeepSeek, ginamit niya, are you sending data to China? Sabi ni DeepSeek, no, I'm not doing that. Habang ginagawa yun ni David Bombal, he's doing a trace route. Nakita niya yung data, binabato sa China.
Oh,
See? AI can lie. Di ba? Nakita niya yung data, binabato sa China. Oh, the traffic is going to China. Paano mo sasabihin na yung data mo hindi kinuha ng China? The
yeah,
moment you use DeepSeek. So, 'di ba? If I'm part of the higher part of the government. Let's say if I'm the president of the Philippines, I would release a memo, an executive order, saying that we will block DeepSeek. Ganun kagad. Para at least maano mo na, from the start, may ano mo na, makontrol mo na.
correct.
Ganun kabilis dapat yung reaction ng government. It should be more proactive. The moment that nirelease yun, it, tell all the telcos, block that. Kaya
Yeah,
naman siguro yun.
yeah, that's true. Kaya yun. The
Kasi
problem is,
ako, I'm sure. Did you try yung DeepSeek?
yeah, I tried
Ikaw, did you
DeepSeek.
try DeepSeek?
Yes, yes, I tried DeepSeek pero hindi
Oh,
ako
di
gumamit
ba?
ng sariling account doon kasi I know it's made from
Yes,
China.
that's good.
And the same time, ang hirap
Nung
mag-send or
ginamit mo ba siya, meron kang kaba? Parang ganon, di ba?
it's true. It's because, we don't know
Oh, di ba?
China.
Oh.
Eh. Hmm,
Mm,
correct.
that's true. Kaya sabi ko, that's how government should react. It should be in a fast-paced mode. Alam
Mm.
ko sana bigla na kagad yata nila sa US eh.
Nakaban na yun sa ibang bansa. Yes.
That's actually how should we react. Kasi ang cybersecurity ngayon, very fast-paced, nakakatakot na siya. Hindi
That's true.
natin alam kung ano yung iniisip ng mga threat actors, especially that there are what we call state-sponsored hackers,
Yeah, correct.
which are doing what we call yung APT, Advanced Persistent Threat.
Mm-hmm.
Like very active, di ba, yung the Lazarus Group of North Korea. They're
Mm.
very active.
So this is
Yan.
funded by their
So,
own government.
yes, they're funded by their own government.
Okay. And
Kasi naman, wala namang kukuha ng pera yung North Korea kundi sila gagawa ng paraan eh.
and do you think these attackers group, do you think that this will also lead to cyber war in the future using
Actually, yes.
mm,
That's why what I've heard is na nga tayo ngayon, apat na. We have the armed forces, we have air force, we have navy, and we now have cybersecurity. Apat na yung natin ngayon. And hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, pati sa ibang bansa.
okay.
Ganun na yung nila ngayon, ano nila ngayon, ah, parang defense nila, strategy nila.
Yeah, correct.
Land, air, water, and cyber.
Cyber.
Ganun na.
Okay.
Kaya nakakatakot din na isipin na what it can do. That's the reality.
And especially, no, just like you mentioned earlier, na mas pinupuntahan nila ina-attack nila yung mga vulnerable sectors, especially the children. Kasi wala
Yan. Mm.
masyadong
Kaya
knowledge.
kaya nga alam mo sa China, ang dami palang human trafficking doon. Kasi
Oh,
mismo sila inano nila yung mga bata doon sa China, gulat ako. Hanggang sa kanila, kahit sa sarili nila naman sa ginagawa. Kasi ah, parang sa tingin ko ngayon, China is no longer taking, kumbaga, marami sa kanila, they give up their privacy for security.
halos lahat, 'di ba? May mga cameras and then identification. And
Mm,
I think parang cashless na rin siguro halos lahat ng transactions nila to somehow monitor
mm.
where do you spend your money.
There's a lot of facial sa kanila.
Hmm.
Mga facial, ang
Ah,
dami.
yeah.
Ang daming facial sa kanila, kaya nakakatakot talaga. Siyempre, ang dami rin deepfakes. Sa din yan. So
Right.
really, the government should be alarmed. Kasi hindi natin alam, baka mamaya niyan. Kasi right now, we do not have the problem right now with our government. We do not have any governance on AI and cybersecurity, as well as we don't have this process for ethical use of AI. So that's really a big problem. Kaya nga kung mapansin mo, 'di ba, yung remember our last webinar
Hmm.
that I have focused on that? Kasi nakita ko yun sa very important talaga. That's why EU naglabas sila ng AI EU Act for the governance of AI. So it is managed by different risk levels. Tapos the same thing is being done on other countries as well. Kasi AI talaga ang gagamitin for cyber attacks. AI,
Correct.
definitely AI. We
Hmm.
just don't know kung paano nila gagawin yun.
Okay. What do you
But
think
definitely, it
is
is something alarming.
mhm. What do you think is the next step na ginagawa or gagawin ng isang gobyerno? So we're not going to talk about Philippines
Mm.
only kasi somehow we know naman that now we are just being
Mm.
reactive instead of proactive, ano. So kung meron
Nadali mo.
kung merong
Mm.
nangyari, saka lang pag-aaralan at pag-uusapan kung anong solution. Unlike kapag sa ibang bansa, probably the most or probably the more advanced one, they're thinking already ano ang dapat solution kapag ka ganito ang nangyari. So they're one or two steps ahead. No? What do you think the government should do
Mhm.
sa on their own na pwedeng magaya ng mga bansa katulad ng Pilipinas to somehow prevent this
Okay. Actually, isa sa nakikita kong problem with our government is we're always looking at the past. Yan ang napansin ko. Instead of focusing on the present and what will be in the future. So
okay.
that's one of the problems that I have seen. And another thing, no, yung we have modern problems. Unfortunately, the people the ones that the our leaders in the government are
Mm,
actually they are giving us traditional solutions. But those traditional solutions no longer works for our modern problems.
correct.
So that's one of the things that I can see that um really is hindering the government to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yun
Correct.
talaga. Yun yung problema. We have modern problems, but our leaders are providing what we call traditional solutions. And those traditional solutions are not working at all. For example, I have heard this yun sa LTO about transfer of ownership of vehicles doon sa mga nagbebenta ng sasakyan.
Okay.
So what happened was those new owners hindi kagad nila na i-register. So one of the solutions of the government is to yung mag doon sa mga taong yon mag multa yung sa mga
Mm-hmm.
hindi kagad nakakapag-register. But 99.9% of Filipinos know how to use a cell phone. Almost all of the Filipinos know how to use a smartphone,
Okay.
knows how to use the internet. So what if uh, we do it the other way around? Instead of using traditional solutions, mumultahan mo yung tao, why don't we uh, use, gawin nating online yung transfer of ownership, di ba? For example, gawin natin siyang online so that it would be easier for people to transact. At the same time, it's corruption proof,
That's
di ba? It's corruption proof kasi the transactions are done online, di ba?
correct.
So, it's also a way for our country to progress. Kasi kawawa naman tayo no kung ganun, di ba? So pag nagpro-progress, if there's lesser corruption, there will be greater progress or progress para sa country natin. So that's
Mm,
why I believe that modern solution is actually will not just provide solutions to our cybersecurity problem, but almost to all of the problems that we're facing right now in the government.
Mm.
Ako nga, I'm always dreaming na a lot of people in the field of IT would be interested in joining the government. Kasi we really need a lot of people who are iba kasi mag-isip ang IT. Alam mo yan, di ba? IT tayo, iba tayo mag-isip eh. We
Mm.
can kumbaga for us, there's no such thing as band-aid solutions. Di ba?
Mm.
Yun ang kaganda sa IT. Kaya if a lot more people, let's say a lot more congressmen, a lot of senators, there's a greater number of IT people in the Senate and in the Congress. Our country would actually solve those modern problems kasi magkakaroon ng different mindset eh. Yun yung isa sa nakikita kong solution diyan. Kaso
Parang
maraming magaling na IT, laki na raw ng sweldo ayaw na sa government.
parang ang
Di
nangyayari pala,
ba?
the
Totoo,
problem
di ba?
yeah, correct. Ang nangyayari pala, the problem of our community or society are being somehow solved by those people who do not even know how to solve it. Parang ganun ang scenario.
Yes. Yes. Nagiging band-aid solution. And they thought those band-aid solution were actually the solution. Pero kasi ang IT kung mag-isip, no. There's a better way.
Correct.
Laging ganun tayo mag-isip eh. And the better way should always be the one that's implemented so that we will not have any problems in the future. Kasi when IT people provide solution, it will always be future proof.
That's correct.
Yan ang na-notice ko sa IT. Regardless kung anong position. That's why we need really a lot of people uh that have the IT minds in the government. Kailangan sila doon.
I see. Okay. All right. Uh, any last words, sir? uh, sobrang heavy yung napag-uusapan natin and I believe ang dami
Yeah.
gustong
Mm.
magtanong sa inyo regarding this one. So probably kapag pinost na natin this one and people will watch this video, they will ask more questions on the comments and I believe you can have time to answer those questions na. So one last
Yeah.
word
Mm.
na pwede niyong ibigay sa mga nanonood ngayon ng ating discussion.
Siguro the best message that I can give is this one So during one of my our sessions in our masteral, nung naging this is we have the same conversation din ng ganito.
Hmm.
One of the things that was actually recommended was for people in the IT field to pass a party list for cybersecurity, a
Okay.
cybersecurity party list.
So sa ngayon, wala pang ganyan.
And wala pa.
Oh,
And we have a lot to do if talagang magpo-focus tayo doon. That's why my final message would be sa 2028, I will ask help from people that can help me pass a cybersecurity party list sa 2028. Hopefully, it's not too late. So that would be my final message. And I'm hoping that people in our field would help us, no? Siyempre, right now, our focus would be something that would help our country. Before it's too late.
tama yan. Tama yan. Dapat may
Oo.
representatives ang
I would expect people,
yeah,
yes. And yung talagang kailangan yung talagang may passion for cybersecurity. Ganun talaga.
correct.
And we would pass laws to help our government work on its digitalization.
Correct. Wow.
Yun ang nakikita ko. Because digitalization will actually two birds in one stone.
That's correct. Thank you so much. So, daming natutunan ngayon. Although heavy yung pinag-uusapan natin, at talagang the problems somehow not only extends on our on this field, but also it also encompass yung mga problem natin in terms of government, no, how they handle this kind of serious problem. But I hope that
Mm.
we have part two of this. And if you have time in the future,
Yes. Mm.
you can contact again, and then let's have part two of this. I believe marami pang katanungan ang mga
Oh.
natin. No? Sir, thank you so much.
Yeah, I really could share a lot of things. Mm.
Yes,
Okay. Thanks for inviting me. I hope that I really provided a lot of information.
sobra. Sobrang dami, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Mm.
Have a great night.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.